Greetings, I am Solidus-Skully, and welcome to the final part of Neversoft's Man of Spiders commentary. Sweet crispy Jesus, we have no choice but to run the fuck away because Monster Ock is nothing to take lightly. Yes, in a shocking turn of events, Neversoft actually created their own villain for Spider-Man to face, the penultimate combination of Carnage and Dr. Octopus. I don't know if this character has ever appeared in any other comic books or media since then, but if not, Monster Ock should, because this is legitimately fucking cool, dude. You know, the best thing about this final boss fight is that you can't even fight this dude. You literally have to run away, otherwise, well, the end screen that you see is quite gruesome, because Monster Ock will literally beat you down and the facility explodes. As it is doing here, as you can see, radiation is piling up, and basically, well, you gotta make a run for it. That being said though, Monster Ock does get very fucking close. You do have a little bit of leeway, but don't dilly-dally because you can catch up quite quickly, and it does make this final part of the game very tense. I mean, again, in terms of having any sort of final set pieces for the game, this perfectly caps it off. Again, I know I said it before, but I am legitimately curious if Monster Ock ever comes back, and if not, then, well, you know, I mean, it should. I mean, the design of Monster Ock itself looks pretty fucking sick. Also, does this kind of mean that Cletus Cassidy was left here to die? Because, I mean, the Carnage symbiote did kind of abandon him, so, did Spider-Man just leave somebody to die? With great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben, a blue, and all that sort of thing. Yeah, whatever. Cletus Cassidy was kind of insane anyway, so, he deserved to die. Who's the real bad guy here? It's me, Solidus-Skully. I was the true villain all along. Austin, what E references, whatever. And again, you can still sort of hear him have these growling quotes. Some of it's audible, but some of it is just growls, and it is performed by Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., so on the whole, especially for the home stretch here, I have no complaints. This final segment is sick, so enjoy the final cutscene, dudes and dudettes.
Move it! After all that, it was the symbiote that saved Ock. You've got to be kidding. Perfect end to a perfect day. Huh? What the?
It's a good thing Black Cat gave me a call, son.
Looks like just in time.
Hey, Spidey, can you get us Captain America's autograph?
Oh, brother.
Punisher, do you have any threes?
Go fish. So, nice of you to join us for once, Spidey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was out saving the world. Beating you guys at cards ought to be pretty easy.
Your spider sense won't save you here.
Look who's talking, Daredevil. You've been looking at my cards all night.
I don't need to look at your cards, Punisher. Your bluffs are so obvious.
Okay. Let's keep this a nice, friendly, clean game.
Who keeps inviting this guy?
Hey, will you guys keep it down?
Hey, loosen up, kids! I'm on fire!
Wait, hold on. Time out. All of you guys were working together, and you still couldn't take down Spider-Man?
It's not my fault. Doc Ock's plan was horrible. Everyone knows you can't control the symbiote.
Hey, wait! So, I'm a rhino, you're a scorpion, and he's an octopus. What's a Mysterio?
So, Rhino, you got any threes?
Hey! Hey, I got a bingo! Ha ha! You guys think you're so smart, but I won! Ha! Who's your daddy, Doc Ock? Ha ha ha! Victory is mine! You're always laughing at me, but who's crying now, huh? Ha 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 ha! Wait a minute, I made a mistake.
Okay, that was the perfect way to win this game, and yes, dudes and dudettes, that was Neversoft's Spider-Man for the PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, and 64, and PC, which is the version that you're showing off. And depending on what difficulty you beat this game on, I believe on normal and easy you unlock the symbiote Spider-Man costume, but if you do manage to beat hard mode, you are very well rewarded for your efforts because you get the Captain Universe suit, I believe. Well, it grants you invulnerability, and basically this is playing the game on God mode. And we get a nice remix of the Spider-Man theme, which you heard a little bit of on the main menu, which is the 60s Spider-Man theme played by Apollo 44, I think, 440, I think, whatever. Has a nice little early 2000s remix of the song, and it's quite nice. So I suppose on that note, it's time for final thoughts. I think compared to now and to when I did the review of the game last time, there's a lot more that I really could have said about the game. I mean, on the whole, and again, nostalgia biases withstanding, you know, I enjoy the game, I love its visual style. I think the combat, while it is very basic, is still pretty solid, 20 years on actually. In terms of, like, story, a few things that I think here and there could have used a little bit more expansion on, like, you know, the whole, how the symbiote gases were affecting New York's populace, you know, a couple of other little areas, like, you know, how villains sort of interacted with one another. Just kind of giving a little bit more strength to the main plot. I mean, I don't necessarily mind asides like the Jade Syndicate or, you know, Venom's whole thing, but, you know, I think some interconnectivity between, you know, Scorpion, Mysterio, and all that, you know, and the way in which they did interact with the primary plot a little bit better would have been appreciative. But I mean, apart from that, this really just sort of, you know, nitpicks in a haystack, because apart from that, this game, to me, is still pretty solid 20 years on. I don't know, man, like, I like the game's soundtrack, just... Again, while there are a few segments that I do think kind of drag a little bit, like, you know, the undersections of the bugle can be a little bit taxing, the sewer segment does kind of outstay its welcome by a little bit, but at the same time, though, you are still, you know, venerated with a lot of, you know, neat little hidden figures. You know, the comedy and writing of the game is on point. It is very comic booky, but at the same time, in terms of what you're getting as an overall package, you get a lot to play with. And I mean, you know, this is just sort of scratching the surface, really. In terms of unlockable features, you have alternate costumes with different perks and abilities. Not just in terms of Captain Universe, you have, like, a bunch of different suits. You have Ben Reilly, you have, I think, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man Unlimited, I think, I might be misremembering that. And, the Amazing Bagman. Again, you have a lot to play with in this game. And again, on top of that is also What If mode, which, in terms of when I'll be showing that off, it's either going to be in a bonus video, or I might just show off a secondary playthrough with What If mode turned on. Not right now, obviously, because I have a couple of other games I want to get off my plate, but it'll be coming. And, I suppose if there is anything else that I do want to say about this commentary, it's that, I legitimately miss Neversoft. Like, especially this period of Neversoft, where they're actually, like, making games, which they didn't really seem to do after, like, 2005, because... I mean, besides Gun, I think the only thing they were really doing was just Guitar Hero games that Red Octane wasn't doing at the time, and basically just ports of Call of Duty games, and they ended up dissolving around 2014, and again, I feel like if they were under any other developer's thumb other than Activision, they probably would have had a much better track record, or if not that, then at least been given a lot more liberty to create games to their liking. Whatever, I mean, I'll always remember them for developing games like, you know, Spiderman, Apocalypse, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I don't know. And even some of the Guitar Hero games, really. Neversoft, you have my kudos, wherever your members might be at this point. Memo Spider-Man. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah. In terms of anything else to really talk about, well, I mean, voice acting was generally pretty good. I mean, we had a lot of, like, experienced professionals in the business, you know. Some from the animated series, others from, basically who were going to do, like, a lot of other cartoons and video game projects later on, so... Again, I cannot sing this game's praises enough. It's very nostalgic to me, and I hope that, you know, despite me being so overtly positive about this game, you yourself might have found some joy in this game. Like, I mean, it is an absolute blast to play Spider-Man, and again, if the game isn't too expensive, well, I highly recommend you pick it up, whether for PS1, Dreamcast, PC, even N64. Just pick this game up, you'll have a great time. In terms of games that I'm going to be tackling next, and this might actually already be underway, if, depending on what sort of dates I choose to upload it with, but coming up next on Solidus-Skully's commentary list is Enter the Matrix for the PlayStation 2. I'm going to be handling that one in a little bit more of an interesting way, since, well, considering how you have both characters handling the storyline, going to be mixing and matching the two, but I'll save that Matrixy tangent for later. There's still a lot left to go. I suppose, I mean... not really much else to say other than the fact that, yes, I do still think this will forever be the best Spider-Man game in history. Again, very subjective, but I mean, no other game's been able to top this, man, and I have played a fair few Spider-Man games in my time, so... Whether it be nostalgia, or the game's own quality on its own despite its flaws, I love this game, and will forever defend it to the death. So I suppose on that note, well, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and, well, hope you enjoyed the Spider-Man commentary, and I hope you will enjoy the Enter the Matrix commentary coming soon, or possibly already out. Whatever, catch you later dudes and dudettes, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, true believers.